Morning, guys. It is Sunday. By the time you guys see this, it might be the second week of December. I'm not sure, but anyway, we are on day 10, I think, maybe 11. Working on the S14. I released a video of us working on the heater core, Papa Smurf. Hope you guys enjoyed the Jeep footage. Otherwise, we're going to get back to working on this thing. So my plan today is to get my last hole over there. I found a hole I needed to weld that I missed, so I matched it up with the other side. So I gotta grind that down and prep it. Then we're going to re-clean this with wax and grease remover. It's already been scuffed and cleaned once. And then we'll get the POR 15 metal prep out. That's what the product's called. It's a acid etch, and then we'll acid etch everything. I'll show you how that works. We got to wash it with water. After we acid etch it, the water will kill the acid and neutralize it. It'll neutralize the acid. Then once it's bone dry, we get all the water off there from rinsing it off. It'll leave like a powder magnesium coating, and that powder magnesium coating is what is the adherent for the POR 15 to the new surface. So once it's all metal prepped and ready to go, we'll wash it, it'll dry, then we'll go ahead and start brushing on our POR 15. Once the POR 15 is half tacked, then we'll get the paint out and we'll put some base coat on it. Anyway, appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to keep going on the project. By the time you see this, I'm going to be releasing some new big stuff, so if you can hit the subscribe button for me, hit the thumbs up button for me. We're marching on some big stuff here. So anyway, thanks for being here. Talk to you soon. Take care. Alright, we got the engine compartment all masked off. Covered up the sway bar, covered up the rack and pinion, the fuel lines, the steering column, the tranny stuff that ran down underneath there. It's all covered up. I took the rest of the stickers off of the shock towers, some more seam sealant, and I'm going to blow this off and wax and grease remover it one more time. Then we should be able to start metal prepping. I'll show you how this works. Just a minute. We got the car all masked. I ground down my little spot over here and got it flushed up, so we're good there. Plastic over the car, shop cleaned out, stuff covered. Throw a cover over that table right there. And then I got the new custom cross member out and our exhaust headers, because we're going to coat all this stuff with POR 15 high temp. I didn't film the masking stuff for you guys, and I'm trying to cut down on all the fiddle-faddle content. So if you guys could do me a favor and post up in the comments below and let me know what you guys want to see as far as the content goes. I could do more DIY stuff and show you more of the process, which is going to make for longer videos and more boring, I guess, harder to watch. Or I could do more of a, I don't know, like a cinematic type where I do more slow motion stuff and more audio and less of me actually working, but more of each step-by-step process. So anyway, I'm just trying to make these good for you guys, and just keep them trudging along. So if you could do that for me, hit the thumbs up and then post in the comments below and let me know what you'd like to see, or if I'm cool wreck I am, or if you guys want to see more or less or whatever. Just let me know. I'll do whatever. But anyway, I got all this ready to go, so we're gonna get metal prep out and start acid treating. So I'll show you how all that goes. Thanks for being here, guys. We got everything acid etched. Sat for the 15 minutes. You can really see in the metal now how purple that looks right there. It's from the acid etching into it. And the sheet metal, you can kind of see that it doesn't have that shine to it anymore. It's got more of a kind of a stainless steel look to it. It's kind of hard to tell with the wetness on it still, but you can really tell that this stuff etched into it good. So I'm gonna get the garden hose, drag it in here, get all this stuff sprayed down so we can let it dry. It's got to be bone dry with no spots on it before we can coat it with PRR, but we're ready to go now. Spotless. Don't leave a spot on there. So I got all the high temp coating done. It looks like it's pretty well full tack. They just got some heavy spots here in the corner, and so I got the fan on it. It's kind of shiny and sticky here. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go through, and I got the seam sealer in the gun. I'm going to go ahead and seam seal all these edges that don't have good, how do I say this? That don't have pretty looking body tacks on them. The ones that are either kind of wavy, like over here, where we finished up this work, or where we still have a gap in the panel, like right here. I'm going to go ahead and seam seal all that stuff before we paint it. That way it just looks nice and smooth. And take care of this bumpy edge over here on this panel. We'll seam seal that up, make it look a little prettier. Same thing with the triangles. And just a little bit of finish work and seal in the engine compartment, and then we'll go ahead and get ready to base coat it. I found some white base coat, so we're going to do white base coat and green marble. Here we go. Seam seal first. Still on day 10. Later, guys. Monday. Here we go again. So last night, sorry I didn't film stuff. It's not really good to film while you're spraying. It gets mess all over Andy's camera and I didn't want to do that. So anyway, there's a white base. It did ended up, so this high temp stuff sprays actually a lot better than regular POR 15. It's a little bit thinner of a product. So you saw me start to brush everything, and then I switched to the gun. I should have sprayed it with the gun the whole time. You can see where I sprayed it and didn't brush it. It looks really flat. And then if you come over here, you can see brush strokes. So I had brush strokes where I had started to brush it, and then it looked real flat over on this side. So I took the brush and kind of matched it up over here and gave it some brush strokes. So it's kind of even on both sides. I'm not really particularly happy that there's brush stroke marks in it, but it looks uniform enough that I think when we do our pearl, do our marble, that it's going to take away from a lot of that. So we're gonna go ahead and marbleize it with the green marble like we did to the cross member. So this is a prototype cross member. And they wanted to do it in white with just a little flare. So I figured I'd keep along with the theme of the car under the hood and whatnot. And we'll do green marble for now. I thought about a few different colors of marble, but I got to looking at pictures and I really like that green with the white base. I just popped in my eye, and I kind of got a part of the thing when you have a client or a person or a customer that doesn't really know what they want, but they want something custom and cool looking. Is you kind of got to use your imagination a little bit. And I worked for a guy that used to say it like this: play the movie in your head. Sit, stop, stare, try to create that scene, play the movie through your head, and see what it's going to look like in the end. If you can envision it all the way through, then you've got a plan. If you are hung up on any spot of that movie that you're playing through in your head as you're going, then you know that you might need to evaluate a certain step. But I played that movie all the way through, and I've got a solid plan on what I think I want it to look like when it's done. Worst case, I spray white paint over all the color that I put on there, and we just do some pearl or something. But I think it's going to look really killer. So I'll take you along for the ride and show you how it's done. Later, guys. Alright, so marble. Stripe this way. A little stripe down the side. Kind of an overall. Straight. Kind of a overall diagonal down. Up over the strut tower. And then around and down. And then I'm going to put a little splotch over there. And then if I need to, when I get done, what I can do is I can wad up some of this plastic and I can just make some splotchy spots here and there if I need to. But I think we'll be okay. And then I might go over it with some green pearl to highlight it. We'll just have to see when we're done. But I think that looks pretty cool. I'm gonna get the gun, and I need to get a gun rack. So my white base was a Cadillac white base. I'll throw a picture in right here, the code. And then the green that I'm using is a 2006 Jeep Wrangler Viper Dark Green Pearl. And this is actually Pro Base. I remember this being a Pro Base. I did an overall job with this and I had to get an extra quart. So yeah, that's an overall, and I'm just going to put that a little bit extra reduced in the gun and to help kind of candy it out a little bit. Spray my stripes and then we'll go. So I'll set the camera up and I'll do everything. Let's see if I got battery. Well, I'll change battery so I don't die, and then I'll do this stuff in real time, and then if I need to fast speed it up, I'll speed it up for you guys. Again, let me know in the comments how much of this shit you guys want to see, or if you just want to see the you know, the bits, or if you want to see how I actually do it. So anyway, let me know. I appreciate you guys being here. Talk to you soon. We're going to use a really low pressure. And we're going to put it on a little bit wetter. We want the outside edge to not have dry overspray. Let's start with an easy spot right here. Just go like this. Like it. I like it. Let's do the rest of it. Man, the heater always kicks on when I start to record. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so now I'm gonna take and clean my gun out, and I'm going to mix up some clear, and in the clear I'm gonna put some green mica, and I'm gonna start with the dark, and then I'm gonna mix up some more clear when that flashes of the fine. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the dark and we're gonna go around these edges that's kind of splotched out, and we're gonna put some heavy dark green pearl in the clear around those areas. Depending on how it looks, I might marbleize that too. and then we'll clean the gun out again, mix up a little bit more clear with some fine green mica, and then we'll go even further out, and that won't be marbleized, and I'll fog into the marble with the fine green. So as it goes from white to marble, you'll see it kind of transition into pearl, which will look super cool. At least that's what I'm hoping. I like it so far. It's kind of one of those things that until you get clear on it and you come back and look at it with fresh eyes, it's gonna look different to me every time I look at it now. So now I just got to get it done, and when I'm done with it, we'll look at it. So. Bye, Josh. Going to school?
Yeah.
I love you. Have a good day, dude. So yeah, we're gonna make it looking clear. I gotta clean this out. I gotta clean Mr. Gun out. Oop, don't drop it on the floor. Now I'm gonna save all the paint that's in here, put it back in the can, because I'm gonna use more of that shit later. All right, bye. Well, I hope you guys like it. I hope you like it, Andy. It's done. Well, she's ready for the LS3. Woo! Let's see if I can get some pictures, and I'll throw some pictures in here so you guys can get an idea of what it's going to look like. But I think it looks really good. I mean, I could have done a little better in some areas, but I think overall for race cars is going to be eye-catching and real nice. Firewall shape looks sweet. I'm looking forward to Andy getting back. He'll be back on Wednesday. Today's Monday, and hopefully this weekend or sometime we'll drag this thing over to the new shop and get the motor over, and we'll go from there. I'm excited. Thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate it. If you can hit the thumbs up button for me, hit the subscribe button for me. This little circle right here, that'll get you going. Anyway, take care, guys.